My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and the grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. As I was driving the other day in my car, I was listening to some music, and they put this song by Lady Gaga that I think has some meaningful things that we can apply to our prayer today. If you don't mind, Jesus, I want to talk to you, sometimes using human activities or human pieces of art, so to speak, as this song. And in the lyrics, there's a moment that the singer says, I've got 100 million reasons to walk away. I think she's talking about her boyfriend. And she continues, but baby, I just need one good one to stay. One good reason to stay. And I was thinking later in my prayer, Jesus, what's the reason for me to stay with you? What's the reason for me to keep going? Do I have a reason? Do I have a reason to wake up in the morning? Or to smile? Or to be generous? Or to think about others? What's the reason for doing all those things? Maybe in the Gospel of today's Mass, I can find the answer. And you, my Lord, you started with a parable that was very promising, because it was one of those in which you were trying to explain heaven. And it's always very interesting to listen to you talking about your home. And you said the kingdom of heaven, and then we pay attention immediately because it's good news. The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out at dawn to hire laborers for his vineyard. And then again, what's the reason why I do things? I don't know. I'm trying to find it out. But what's the reason for Jesus? Maybe that's very interesting as well. Why did you come to me, my Lord? Why did you choose me? Why do you love me? Very important question. First of all, I want to give you thanks, Jesus, for taking the initiative, for waking up early in history, so to speak, in eternity, and to get out of yourself. The Blessed Trinity was perfectly happy. They were with a bliss of, the fullness of happiness. There's nothing compared. And they were happy among themselves, the three persons of the Blessed Trinity. But there was a moment, eternal moment, spark of creation, when the three of them, in a way that is very mysterious and very deep, we don't know exactly how we can approach that mystery without getting into the whole answer, but they decided to get out of themselves and to share with other spiritual beings, meaning you, me, the angels, the happiness, the joy that they had inside them. They wanted to get out and to pour out of themselves that happiness. So first of all, thank you for sharing with me your most, inner thoughts and actions and desires. Thank you for coming to me. And this is what we call a vocation. God calling you, calling me eternally, because they want to. No other reason but love. Great foundation for your happiness. You have been created out of love and to be loved. I remember the other day we were talking with some teenagers and we were discussing what's the best decade for movies. And I was biased, of course, but I told them, there's no question about it. In my opinion, it's the 80s. Just think about it. Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, The Goonies, Princess Bride. Come on, guys. And they were a little belligerent, saying, no, but there is whatever. There are other decades, whatever. And it was fun to talk about that. But I remember among those trilogies in the 80s, one of them was spectacular to me and very interesting, was Indiana Jones. You probably know about the movie. And I think it's in the first one. Indiana Jones is inside a cave, and he's trying to take something made out of gold, like a little god or whatever, inside the cave, very deep inside. And when he takes it and puts it into his bag, everything starts shaking up, and there's a huge rock, like a roller rock, pursuing him, like chasing him down. And it's pretty intense because he needs to run like there's no tomorrow and jump and save his life because there's this huge rock behind him. And unfortunately, I think that sometimes we think about our vocation as a rock, as if God were against me, against you, like asking something that is just chasing you down history or personal history and wants to, get something from you. And then we flee from our vocation, from our world, from our responsibilities, from the circumstances we live in, and we don't face the opportunity. Jesus, you are not a rock. You are not a trap. Talking to you is always a gift. And listening to you, answering to your call, is also a gift, the best gift that I can receive, because it gives meaning, direction to my life. So I don't want to flee like Indiana Jones from my vocation. On the contrary, I want to face it and to embrace it and to be very thankful for existing and for being called by you. I remember some years ago, one of my sisters, I hope she doesn't care about this, but she was on a trip with her husband. I don't remember if it was the honeymoon or another trip. That the fact is that they end up in Germany, in a hotel for a weekend or longer maybe. And then she called me from there, very excited, because apparently my soccer team, my best team in history, which is Real Madrid, as you probably know, was in the same hotel where they were. And then she had the chance to talk to the players, coaches, and they were sharing the same, dining room. And then she told me, man, I can be with them. And I was telling her, you're so lucky. And then I was a priest already. And I told her, let's make a deal. You write my name on a paper, and then with my phone number and with my email. And next time you see the coach, you just talk to him and said to him, hey, this is my brother's contact information. You probably need a priest, a chaplain for your team, and he will be very pleased to help you out. I was living in Madrid back then. So I was ready, to take that chance, that train, so to speak, that was passing by and jumping in because it was a great opportunity. I was dreaming about it. And then she told me, oh yeah, let's do it. So we hang up, and I'm telling you, I was waiting for this coach to call me back at any moment. And it changed everything for me during that weekend. The fact that I was waiting for that call-in. I remember I put my phone, high volume, always with the battery charged, always in front of me. I was working, I was sitting down, whatever. My phone was there. And every time the phone would ring, I would take it, and then maybe it was my mom or someone else. Oh, yeah, I'm doing great, fine. But thinking, hey, come on, don't take my time. I mean, with respect, but I am waiting for the calling of my life. Guess what? It never happened. But I'm still happy. And I remember those days with excitement anyway, because it was kind of an adventure. If I was excited, Jesus, if I was excited just because of the possibility of a coach from a random soccer team calling me, what my attitude should be with you. And you're calling me every second of my life, telling me I love you. I want you to change the world. I want you to embrace the meaning of your life. I was reading the other day this spiritual author, and he was saying something very powerful. He was saying millions of people, without knowing it, are waiting for the manifestation of the children of God, of you, of me. Millions of people, the whole world is waiting for you and I to reflect the life of the Trinity, to tell them you have been created out of love and to love eternally. And then he continues, we have to show them that the world in which we live, with all its problems and setbacks, cannot be reduced to an inhospitable place into which we have been thrown by an impersonal and blind destiny. No. We should show them that this world, with imperfections, but is the site of a joyful encounter with the all-merciful God. Jesus is a meeting place. This world is a meeting place between you and me. And your Father has sent you into this world, and through the church, and through my friends, and through my relationships, I can feel your presence, especially in the church, of course, in the sacraments, but also through my friendship, through my family. I want to discover my vocation. The Blessed Virgin Mary was not hiding. She was not running away from God. She was, on the contrary, walking towards Him all the time. And then she discovered her vocation. And she said yes. And there's nobody in human history as happy as you, Mary. There is no better smile and joy than the smile and joy of the Blessed Virgin Mary. For sure. There's no question about it. And because she said, yes, I want to embrace my vocation. I want to embrace my calling from God. So let's follow Mary. And we will be happy, and we will live in this world with the company, with the presence of Jesus at our side all the time. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations that you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help to put them into effect. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.